Hello, 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 welcome back to Hunter Tune. Today I have a 2006 Chevy 2500 HD Silverado pickup truck on the dyno. And this guy hit me up and wants me to kind of just check over some stuff. He tuned the truck and just has like a few little things that, you know, he wants me to just kind of look over. So I got it strapped down on the dyno. Probably gonna pull the file that's in it out. It's a stock computer, stock, all that kind of stuff, but it does have a Elgin cam. I think it's an 1839, long tubes, cold air intake, and he did upgrade to a slightly larger stock GM injector. They're like pretty much like a stock flex fuel injector. So this is what it's looking like under the hood. Pretty nice looking setup. MSD wires with some heat socks down there. Hopefully none of the spark plugs are burnt up, or the wires I should say. Whenever you run headers or a turbo manifold or anything like that on these trucks, the plug wires are always a concern. So yeah, we're gonna get the file pulled out of it, but first I might just log it and see where stuff's at and see if we can improve from there. So I'm gonna get the dyno synced up and just do a little base pull, and I'm gonna log everything and see where it's at for starting off. God dang! 340. Bet you make some snot. All right, guys. So that was the first pull. I had to get the transmission to not downshift on me. So I got that figured out. It's on 22.5 degrees of timing, and the air fuel looked pretty good, like a 12.7, 12.6, and it made 339 horsepower. So not too shitty. Yeah, we might pull the file out of it and see what it's all got going on. It seems like it runs pretty decent, but we might play with ignition and stuff. That's the main reason he wanted to bring it down, is just see how much timing it'll take and, you know, just kind of make sure everything is going a-okay. All right, guys, so we did a couple pulls on this 2500 HD pickup truck with HP tuner. And like I said, the customer kind of already tuned this truck pretty good. He said he's been working on the tune for like over a year, just kind of a little bit here and there, learning, and did a pretty good job. Truck runs pretty good. I actually reached out to Matt from Sloppy, and he actually helped me out. We tried a couple different base files on it to see if anything would be better than what he had, and to be honest, what he had runs the best. I did play around on a couple pulls. When it got brought in, I think the first pull, it was on 12.7 or 12.8 air fuel, 22 degrees of timing, and it made that 336 or whatever. The first pull, and then the second pull, all I did was richen it up a little bit, and it actually lost a little bit of power. Here, I'll show you the dyno curve. So this is what the power curve is looking like on the thing. The first pull, like I said, 339. I splashed fuel in it, 337. So it was like a 12.0 on that run. It didn't lose a lot of power, but it did lose a little bit, going to like a 12.0 from a 12.7. So I kind of found the best of both worlds on the last pull, and it made 344. I went up to like a 12.3, 12.5 air fuel, and I put 2 degrees in it, and it picked up, you know, 9 horsepower or something like that. Typically when you put like 2 degrees in something like this, I would want to see a little bit more power to be had, but it is on pump gas. You know, LS motor really doesn't take a whole lot of timing. Typically between 24 and 26 is about the happy spot on most of these NA LS combos, but not bad for a big old pickup truck. He's going to do some truck pulling with it, and yeah, I told him flat out, I'm like, dude, I really didn't even do anything into the tune because it didn't really need a whole lot. So it's kind of nice to just strap something down and play around a little bit, which is what we did. He just wanted me to kind of figure out where the timing, you know, was going to be happy and where it wasn't. And we did find that. It really didn't pick up a whole lot more power with adding timing. And it didn't really lose a lot richening it up. So if he wants to keep it safe for truck pulling, I would advise to probably run the 337 horse tune and run it around a 12.0 air fuel and pull a little bit of timing out, especially if you're going to load up the motor really hard. Try to keep some detonation out of it. The only other issue we couldn't really figure out on this thing was the startup. So of course it's going to start perfect now. Well, now it wants to play nice, I suppose. Maybe it's fixed. I don't know. But it would have a weird startup issue where you would start it and it would crank, and it would like almost backfire. Like, I don't know if anybody has had this issue, but like my Buick Regal I did back in the day, I put an LS9 Gen 4 cam in it in a Gen 3 motor, so it didn't have a cam sensor pickup on startup. And this thing was kind of doing something similar to that, where like you'd have to have the motor in the right position for it to fire. And I've done DOD deletes for guys too, that they'll hit me up and they'll want me to just, you know, turn the DOD stuff off because they, you know, got rid of the shutdown lifters and all that kind of stuff in these trucks. I actually do those quite a bit for people, and just go into the computer and shut it off after they do the cam swap and all that kind of stuff. And a lot of guys will have Gen 4 trucks and they'll do the opposite, where they put a Gen 3 cam in thinking that it's not gonna make it, you know, just put the non-shutdown lifter cam in it, but it doesn't have the right cam sensor pickup spot. So like it won't start sometimes, and you'll have to crank it a couple times for it to fire. So that, like I said, that's what this thing's acting like it's doing, but now it's firing every time, so I don't know. But it also was doing some weird shit where when you would load a tune into it, it would throw like a throttle body communication code, and then you'd have to clear the code, and then the truck would be fine. it's not doing that anymore. But every time you'd write a tune file into it, it would throw that freaking code, and I don't know what's up with that. I'm not like super up on HP tuners. Like I said, I hate doing them, and I don't really do a lot of them. I can get my way around them a little bit, but I usually ask for help from like Matt or my buddy Mike in Pennsylvania for HP tuner stuff whenever I want to help somebody out with it. I usually at least have one other second opinion when I'm doing stuff, because there's a lot to HP tuners. There's a lot of tables and stuff like that. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this one, guys. Kind of short and simple. I hate doing HP tuner stuff, so this actually wasn't so bad because it was already done. So yeah, thanks for watching the video, guys. Have a great night and a better tomorrow. We'll see you later. God bless. And nice looking pickup.